What is good, everyone? OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to the PE Nintendo Switch and Gaming News video. Today, we've got some awesome topics for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Fire Emblem Warriors details Corrin, Male, Sakura, and Elise, plus the reinforcement systems. So you can use materials and items to strengthen your heroes and weapons. Koei Tecmo has updated the official Japanese website for Fire Emblem Warriors on the Nintendo Switch and new Nintendo 3DS, and it has brand new information and screenshots of the newly announced playable characters Elise, Sakura, and Male Corrin, and the game's reinforcement systems. Get the details right over here. So Male Corrin is a young man who was brought up in Nor. While being of Hoshido blood, he has the power of a dragon hidden within him and fights using a sword called Yato, as well as possesses a special trait of turning into a dragon to attack. His attack motions and abilities are the same as Corrin female in the game. Next we have Sakura, the kind-hearted princess of Hoshido. She was separated from Fire Emblem Fate's protagonist Corrin when she was a child. She attacks using a bow and has the ability to recover HP like Elise. Moving on to Elise, is the youngest of the four Norian royal siblings. She has a cheerful and innocent personality that shines brightly upon the gloomy kingdom. She fights on horseback, can heal allies, and uses attack magic. And here's some details on the system in the game. Use the materials and items you obtain to strengthen your heroes and weapons. Use materials to strengthen your heroes. There are various effects depending on the emblems you acquire, including enhanced ability, increased combo count, skill acquisition, and more. Forging. Transfer the special characteristics from one weapon to another. Special effects, including specific effects and physical magic reversals, can also be transferred. Fire Emblem Warriors will drop on the Nintendo Switch and new Nintendo 3DS on September 28th in Japan and on October 20th in North America and in Europe. So I'm really loving all of these additions as far as the emblems and forging and what they're doing with this game. Like I've said before, they're taking a lot of that Fire Emblem flair and they're putting that, and they're just kind of like forging it and putting it into what makes like a Musou series. So they're taking that crossover. It really is that true crossover between the Musou and Fire Emblem, and I'm really looking forward to this game. Like I've said before, there's a lot of great additions, and the characters. Obviously, you guys all know this. I love Fire Emblem Fates. I love Fire Emblem Awakening, and I do love Shadow Dragon. Those are some of my favorite Fire Emblem games, and this game has a lot of representation from that. Now, they still said that there's more characters to be announced. We haven't really got many characters from Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. Really, all we've seen is Marth. So I'm looking forward to seeing who else they bring over from that, in addition to more characters from Awakening. I think there still needs to be a few more that they've announced. There hasn't been many from there either, but they've said that there's more characters. I do like the different systems that they're implementing into this game, where they have the different history mode. They also have a hardcore mode, so if you die basically with any character in there, they'll still be in the game, like as far as the story goes, but you won't be able to use them in battle. They'll be like critically injured, so that's also really good and helps step up the gameplay in the game. You have a 1080p 30 frames per second option as far as what you can pick, or a 720p, or maybe dynamic, I'm not 100% sure. 60 frames per second option in there as well, which is a big improvement over Hyrule Warriors on the Nintendo Wii U. So I'm really looking forward to all these additions and adjustments. The game comes out in October, and it's going to be a packed October. It's going to be a packed September, so there's so much different stuff to play. Not even sure if I'm going to have the time to get through all of them, but hey, it is what it is. I'm going to play this game right here. Everything is just looking so good in this game. So let me know what you guys think about Fire Emblem Warriors in the comment section below, and what are your favorite things that you've seen about the game so far. Moving on to the next article here. NBA 2K18 face simulation technology will be added to Nintendo's Switch version of the game post-release. So this comes from the NBA 2K forums. Quote, "My NBA 2K18 includes face simulation technology, enabling fans to bring their visual appearances to Xbox One and PlayStation 4 versions of NBA 2K18 through their mobile device. Please note the technology will be added for the Nintendo Switch through subsequent updates and is not available currently at launch. We are excited for the newest version of My NBA 2K to release and hope you agree with us that these changes are going to make your My NBA 2K18 experience even better." Now, this is just taking it really far. Obviously, if you want to have a person in there that looks exactly like you and simulating over to your face, I've seen some funny GIFs and memes and stuff already from what people are posting. I'll have a link in the description. You guys can check that out. But this is something for like the hardcore basketball fan that's really trying to immerse themselves into the experience that you're the NBA player and all that. And I kind of lost my like willingness or lost my eagerness and excitement to do that stuff a long time ago. But when I was younger, when I was like junior high, when I was in high school, I used to always love creating a character, putting myself in there, because I used to dream someday that I'd be in the NBA or the NFL or whatever the case was. Never got there, obviously, but I used to always dream about that. So it was really cool to put yourself in those situations in a virtual world. So I can understand what this is going for. This is definitely going for the younger kids out there. Heck, maybe even some of the older guys want to do something like this. Not necessarily my cup of tea. Basketball games, like I've said many times before, aren't my cup of tea, but it's cool for all those who are looking forward to this. Portable basketball is pretty cool, right? Like if you can go anywhere you want and play a basketball game, especially because basketball games and football games and all these different sports games, they take way too long to complete, like right there on your TV. So it's good to get the time in anytime that you can, wherever you're at. So what do you guys think about this new My NBA 2K18 facial technology? And for those who are going to be buying the game, are you upset that it's a little bit late, that it's not coming over? Do you care? Do you feel that it's going to add more to the experience once it does come to the Switch? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the last article here. Nintendo, apparently through like a representative or something, said that they never expected Nintendo Switch to sell this much. Now, Nintendo, in a recent interview with Japanese news outlet Mainichi, said they underestimated demand for the console. Quote, Nintendo has never expected the Nintendo Switch to sell this much, said a representative of the company. It is easy to increase the production capacity of the factory. The finished product needs to be delivered from the harbor to the rest of the world, and rushing shipping is an extremely difficult thing to do. The difficult part is getting enough components for the console, because of the other companies like Apple are purchasing the same components. So Nintendo plans on shipping 10 million units of the Nintendo Switch this year. However, in reality, there are 20 million people who actually want to buy one, according to Nintendo in this article here, as far as what they're saying here. So they're getting demand for about 20 million people so far, but they're setting their goal, which I've talked about before, for 10 million. Obviously, current pace of the Nintendo Switch sales, they're going to blow by 10 million probably by Super Mario Odyssey, maybe even before then, just depending on how some of the other games do in September and how much they can even just get out as far as worldwide goes. And I can see why they didn't expect to sell this much. 10 million for 1 year is very big. If you would have told anyone before the Nintendo Switch launch, heck, even after the presentation, like most people, if you said, hey, you know what, 10 million for this year, people would be like, all right, well, Nintendo would be lucky to get 10 million in 1 year, because everyone was comparing it to the 3DS and the slow start. Everyone was comparing it to the Nintendo Wii U and the slow start and how it never really recovered at all, you know, or it did okay at the very beginning, but then never really recovered. So if you told that to most people, most gamers out there, they'd be like, yeah, 10 million, that's going to be tough, but maybe they can do it, because the Wii U sold, what, 13, 14 million, you know, lifetime at this point. So this is definitely very different from that. So I can see why Nintendo still set a conservative effort on there, especially because maybe they even foretold these manufacturing issues. Obviously, they have inside information as far as what's going on there. So maybe they already knew they were going to have some manufacturing problems and all of that. Every time that I see a Nintendo Switch at stores, I'm starting to see them more. So the factories, they're getting them out there, they're getting them shipped, but at the same time, there's not like a lot of them. Like I'll see like 4 or 5 or 2 or whatever the case is. Whereas Xbox One, PS4, I'll see tons of those. But obviously, they sell a lot of PS4s and there's no supply issues. So those are constantly getting restocked all the time. So what do you guys think about this news here? Nintendo seems pretty confident that they're going to hit their goals. Obviously, they're going to hit that 10 million goal. And then they said the demand is there for 20. But I think the actual explanation of what's going on as far as the difficult part, which is getting the components for the console, because other companies like Apple are purchasing the same thing, and there's just too many. There's just too many companies purchasing the same components that are being made, so that's what's causing some of the issues. So hopefully that gets all situated. I guess Foxconn is building a brand new facility here in the US or something like that, so it should increase as far as more Nintendo Switches out there for the holiday season. So I would love to hear you guys' take on this. What do you guys have to say on this? Where do you think Nintendo's going to end up after that first year in March? Are they going to be 10 million? Are they going to be 15 million, 20 million? What do you think it's going to be at? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also make sure you check out our Patreon page, pledge at any tier and be entered to win some awesome prizes each month. In addition to that, we have Discord voice chat and $10 prize eShop tournaments for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Splatoon 2, and more. So support PE Live and PE Arena right here on PlayerEssence. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you ninja for the next video. Peace.